I'm recording from Madison, Wisconsin.
Acton, Massachusetts.
New York City.
San Francisco.
Dallas, Texas.
Brooklyn.
Hi, I'm Emma Callahan, and I'll be reading my short piece, a short play for the couple on the subway. Lights up, a young couple on the subway. Leaning in, A tries to capture B's hand or maybe her cheek against his mouth. She sidesteps, but he sways left with her for a moment. A soft partner dance. This could last forever, always moving left together. But she evades him, their mouths only inches apart. She smiles. He smiles. She puts her fingertips in his pocket softly, like touching the petals of a flower. Blackout.
Hey, my name is Talia. I'm a rising senior in Gallatin, and this is my submission to the Gallatin Review, and this is called The Ode to the Man Who Owns the Flower Shop on the Corner of Anchorena in French. I wrote this while I was studying abroad in Argentina, so if you also studied abroad there, you will get lots of these references. Cool. To the man who owns the flower shop on the corner of Anchorena in French, I do not know your name. I will tell you what I do know. To the man who stands outside of his flower shop on the corner of Anchorena in French, old and never without his zip-up cardigan, he stands outside his flower shop, starting at dusk with the early bustle of human traffic, and remains until the first star emerges in the dusty pale blue sky. The man is not fully there. Yes, he is fully there, but after having walked past him at least 227 times, and observing his interactions and lack thereof, he is a man who I suspect is not fully there. Perhaps that is why he prefers to spend his time standing still on the corner, surrounded by his arrangements of flowers, ferns, and cacti. Some tower over him, while other small pots surround his worn leather loafers. He stands at that corner, the man who owns the flower shop, so consistently that one may accidentally mistake him for a still stalk of one of his more impressive flowers. To the man who owns the flower shop on the corner of Anchorena in French. You've maybe never seen me, even though I see you 2 or 3 times a day. If you have seen me, however, you might have seen it all. The rushed strides, sweat-covered forehead, and glistening chin. You've seen the slower-paced stomping at night, after hours of exerting energy. A pace that isn't defeated, just a bit lost. You might have seen a giddy step or two, walking away from Avenida Santa Fe, eager for late-night plans. You also might have seen a pace so uneven, so unsure, that you might have felt the slightest bit of concern. But you probably didn't feel concern, because you don't seem fully there, and that is something I cannot help but appreciate. To the man who owns the flower shop on the corner of Anchorena in French, you never once have failed to smile at me in these past 4 months. I've seen you 2 or 3 times inside of the flower shop, rather than outside on the corner, nodding to all those who pass, most who blatantly neglect your very existence. Those times you have been inside, I saw you pulling out flowers to arrange into bouquets. I saw the way you held each individual stalk and gently wrapped and tied them together, handling petals as if any movement that was more sudden than average could cause the flowers to disintegrate and fall to the ground. I saw you with the flowers, alone and ignored, and in bliss. I saw you, you old man, only 2 or 3 times when you did not see me in return. To the old man who owns the flower shop on the corner of Anchorena in French. The flower shop across from the street from Granja, the bright red butchery. Although I see you so often, I must admit you are not constantly on my mind. You are replaced by recollections of drunken nights, where the number of bottles of Malbec consumed are unknown. You are replaced in my consciousness instead by regret, when I find myself recalling the money spent on 1 too many cans of Quilmes, and drunken stumbles on the classically uneven sidewalks of Buenos Aires, or when I left the bar early because my social limit was hit. Your smile, that always stretches across your face when I nod to you, does not stay imprinted in my brain. Instead, live music in parks with friends on sun-soaked days, and the smell of freshly baked medialunas from costumbres, or the brisk air that I never prepare for on walks home, and the sounds of the cackling and clinking, the never-ending hum of tango coming from the bars while the boliches bounce with beats, those are what stay imprinted in my mind. Yet you, the old man who owns the flower shop, are far more consistent than any of those things, and still, you evade my memory first. To the man who owns the flower shop on the corner of Anchorena and French. I pass you and your flower shop so frequently, yet I couldn't even tell you the name of your flower shop. I could tell you the name of the person who keeps me up at night. I could list to you all my favorite bars in each neighborhood in Buenos Aires, and where to find the cheapest empanadas. I could not, though, look at you in your eyes and tell you the name of your own flower shop. To the man who owns the flower shop at the corner of Anchorena and French. I ache for the peace you seem to have. You are merely another flower in the garden you've implanted within the concrete surrounding the shop. I don't even know your name. I don't even know the name of your shop. But I see you. I see you there every day, blissfully, with the sun reflecting atop your balding head. You leave my memory so quickly, but you are a constant reminder at the same time. To the man who owns the flower shop at the corner of Anchorena and French. I may forget many things about the past 4 months I have spent in Buenos Aires, but I've made it my mission to never forget you.
Hello, my name is Yuwei, and I am recording, luckily from outside in the nature in Acton, Massachusetts. The work that I submitted for Gallatin Review this year is a poster-like photograph called Next Please. This work was inspired by my year in New York City, working as a model, and being marketed as Oriental or Chinese. It feels very different to be in front of the camera instead of behind it. The figures in my work are suspended and trapped in this two-dimensional white space. As the photographer presses the shutter, I am expected to rotate through a series of poses in a matter of seconds. Usually I begin with standard poses, sitting and standing, but they usually spiral into poses that I'm less comfortable with, usually more sexual or more submissive. Usually I had to imitate poses on these sample posters I'm given, and I appropriated the format and recreated it for myself.
Hi, I'm Brianna McLarty, and I will be reading my poem, How to Be a Successful Female or Die Trying. 1. Grab everyone you know. Footnote 1. Your friends, your enemies, your class, your siblings. 2. Line up straight. 3. Tie the nooses around your necks. 4. And all together kick the chairs. The ones who choke last are the winners. Footnote 2. The class president, the summa cum laude recipient, the valedictorian, even the salutatorian, the smartest superlative, the best dressed superlative, the most popular superlative, the cutest couple superlative, the prom queen, the Ivy League accepted, the my daddy bought me in, but still Ivy League accepted, the dean's list all 4 years, the competitive internship winner, the took 5 shots and still aced her exam the next day kids, the impressive summer jobs, the good last names, the Cartier bracelet, the 2 Cartier bracelets, the Cartier with diamonds, the skinny, rich, and smart, the married rich, the got married at the right time, the lost the baby weight the fastest, the best jobs, the most money, the best kids at the best schools, the head of the BTA, the my child is advanced mothers, the I drop my kid off in perfect makeup every single goddamn morning, the my husband didn't leave me for someone younger, the I'm the someone younger that he left her for, the I balanced a job and kids, the PhD published dissertations, the acclaimed novelists, the acclaimed journalists, the acclaimed scientists, the who knows why but they're acclaimed, the who gives a fuck why but they're acclaimed, the producer, the had enough money to become a producer, the Nobel Prize winner, the Pulitzer puller, the Oscar obtainer, the Grammy gainer, the proof that you won something, the proof that you are something, the proof you existed, the you made your life worth something, the you're not a failure, the person who matters, the best. The best.
Hi, I'm Elliot, and I'm going to be reading a short poem called What Attachment Is. What attachment is. Attachment is a light bulb hanging from the ceiling, a safety hazard, but how soft it makes a room.
Hello everyone, my name is Skoro, and I'll be reading my short story, I Am Happy. I am happy, I truly am. When I lay back on my bed and dream street dreams, I am happy when the orange sun struggles against the dark sky. I am happy when the white moon slices out a hole in the night for its light to shine. Sun rises, moon falls, the cycle loops, and I am happy. From my window I see the sun and moon casting light into my special cave, my room with its mattress in the corner and gray walls and beige carpet and clothes on the floor. The shadows of it shifting, it is silent, it is quiet sometimes. I hear noises from the walls, but not all the time. Still some days I feel as if the window is leaking. that the rain is dripping through the window, dropping on the floor, spitting me as it falls. Or maybe it is the ceiling or the walls or the junky pipes that cluck through the walls spitting at me. Did I mention that I'm happy? Of course I have, for what is there to not be happy? I have all that I need, I have wants, but wants are just wants, coveting, wanting more is to be unhappy, and since I am happy, there is no need to want more, I have all that I need. What I need I found when I walked through the streets one day. It was cold, the wind whisked harshly, there were others walking, poofy jackets, beanies, scarves around their necks, entombed in wool. I could see their eyes, and I would look into them, and they would look back for a moment before darting off the other way. Every pair of eyes did so, no one could hold a stare, and I am happy. That is why I stay in my room. It is much warmer sometimes. Night comes in the day when there are no clouds, when locks of rain don't fall down, slip, peeling off my window to the ground below. I wondered why there's been so much rain lately, so I asked some woman why the sky is so rainy, but she told me to fuck off, so I'm left with more questions about the sky and why it rains, but to ask is to want, and to want to be unhappy, and I am happy, so I don't ask about the sky. It is best not to want voices. Voices are mean. Voices will call to you dripping orange honey, and voices will cut you red with a knife. Voices harm, and to want voices is harm. So do not ask for voices, ask for food on the street. Rattle a cup, say not a word, and they won't say a word to you. Hear the clink of the coin as it hits the cups, and be grateful for what you have. For what you have is enough, and enough is enough, and do it so often, and you will be happy, and happiness is everything. Happiness I found tossed by the wind today, a blotted yellow crinkled thing abandoned by whoever last had it. I picked it up, and I was so happy, for now it had hands to be held in, and it was alone no longer. I flipped through it, and it had many things to say. It said, take care of yourself, and follow your dreams, and find people you want to be around with, and such things as that. But the words didn't stick to me, as it said happy things, but not my happy things, so I threw it away. I go back to my room. I always go back to my room. The sky's cloudy, and the rain is falling, and I'm staring out the window at the dripping rain as it splats on the ground, and the junky pipes and the walls bubble, and I can't help myself but cry. Cry, so many tears like the clouds ripping out their locks of hair, tossing them down to us. Oh God, why am I happy? Wasn't happy. I am happy. I am happy.
Hi, my name is Lisa Cooley. I have 2 poems that I want to share. First is called Sonnet About That Pigeon. To try to describe what is so poetic about this rat of the sky, this pest, this pathetic pantaloon of a bird, this greasy, gray, and graceless goon, poised perfectly in the light of some glorious midday sun. To try to describe what is so poignant about this beaked beast, this slick-feathered beggar, this plain, pitiful pecker, is to see him in all his witless triumphance at his platform post as a passenger, a picnicker, a passive people watcher of the commuting passerbys who could learn a thing or two from this pesky pilgrim. Maybe it is to see him as a poet, a purveyor of passing trains of thought, pausing, pondering in the October J train air before continuing his arrhythmic plod and peck. It's all perspective, really. And my second poem is called Mango Morning. We had a mango makeout this morning. Sticky, sweet, tart. Under melting dew and lazy sun, molten rays, gleaming, winking, spilling the secrets of a certain sinful sweetness through the rustle of gossiping trees, 2 chins, covered in nectar and laughter, basking in this morning of after, this garden of Eden where things are softer, and there's a quiet thrill hiding inside every ordinary object, like the empty cup on the table and the strand of hair on the pillow, glinting knowingly in the morning light, all witnesses, shared conspirators to the moments belonging only to us, and to last night's moon who blushed and closed her eyes and hummed as she soaked our sheets with her glow, spotlighting some beautiful sin, some sinking skin, until the slow spin of the new day came, with its obnoxious bird song and light, and now we're choking, laughing, breathing, mango eating, defiantly like your outline, golden, flushed, clear, existing on the butt of a morbid inside joke, a sly innuendo that makes us feel alive. I suck the seed. Sorry, no, the pit, I mean. Cue a stupid wink, a clumsy laugh, pregnant pauses, playful dark green red tinted skin and soft forbidden yellow flesh melting into the humid air, this human air, thick in lungs and throats and tips of tongues, the Russian roulette of things to say. I excuse myself into your apology until they fold into each other in a mumbling, smiling heap of breath, and we meet on a mossy mango patch, a promised land, underwhelmed, relieved, giddy, comfortable discomfort gently brushed off until everything is funny, pulsing with the rush of tender electricity. Let me pluck the mango strings from your teeth and play a song with them. Let me lodge myself into those gaps instead and hold my breath and body boldly inside the periphery of your personal space for a minute without squirming. Let me lock eyes and limbs with you for that minute on this sticky, sweet mango makeout morning.
This is Maxine Flasher-Düzgünes, and I will be reading my poem today from Mill Valley, California. A series on rogue geographies. 1. Bottle cap popped waves saving grace when Rodeo Lagoon spills over its sands one day. A salty marsh tide oozing the muck with the anemone. Will 20 years make a swimming pool? Thighs knee-deep in choppy rogues who've given up on retreating. This dry brush by Bonita Lighthouse cancels the weekend, the hillside tunneling visions of delicate seawalls, 364 days of caution tape crossings, the hiker approaching with scissors, the Coast Guard answering his call seconds before a tumbling darkness. This year's too late peanut butter picnic planned on the refrigerator with Mom's purple Sharpie. Better buy back the Waterworld inner tube, safe atop the bleach blue concrete thin air currents and swirls in Concord. An okayness with the plastic spoon from the Dippin' Dots, because here, in these manufactured sea caves, the janitor beats the whale.